Thanks for joining SmartTake today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we are rocking and rolling. It is going to be a solo session today for SmartTake. Brian is out, so we're still going to take you through the top updates from December. And with that in mind, if you're here today, you are in the right place. If you are a HubSpot admin, you're in charge of HubSpot marketing, sales, service for your organization. And what SmartTake is every single month HubSpot releases, 100 updates. And it's hard to keep track of all the things that continue to pop into our portal each day. And so why we built SmartTake is to give you a distillation of what happened this previous month. What are the top 5 updates? And so we're just going to take you through those updates. We're going to do a few demos today as well and show you what are the most impactful, consequential updates that you can bring back to your organization and get more out of your investment inside of HubSpot. So we're going to take you through some updates in Marketing Hub, Sales Hub. We have a little bit of AI, not too much AI, but a little bit. And then we'll walk you through what some of those really consequential updates are. So with that in mind, let's jump into it today. We're looking at the first update in Marketing Hub. First update in Marketing Hub, enhanced multi-step form logic. Enhanced multi-step form logic. What this is, HubSpot's had multi-step forms for quite some time, but they've been a little bit limited. For some of you, you may be using another third-party form tool to run quizzes or surveys or things like that. And the new update gives you a little bit more flexibility with some of your multi-step forms. So I can see some of you out there, if you have third-party form tools that you're using, you may be able to just get away with using HubSpot's multi-step form functionality. And what this does, the new function, I'm going to jump into the demo in a sec, is it allows you to hide certain steps or show certain steps. It allows you to add rich text modules into some of your forms. And it helps just streamline a little experience by eliminating some of that unnecessary navigation. So I'm going to just take you into forms, and I'll show you a little bit of what this looks like. So inside of here, you can see I'm just in the multi-step form editor, and what we're looking at here, inside of here, I'm just going to kind of show you some of this conditional logic and why this is kind of interesting. So if you're building a form inside here, you come in and you can see, let's say within the industry, if somebody types in something specific, you can go in and have certain fields hide or show based on what people answer. So for example, let's say, let's go to this one actually. How did you hear about us? Let's say somebody, we're getting a lot more people finding us from LLMs within ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity. And maybe if somebody says, I heard about you through AI. Well, where did you hear about us? Did you? And so if someone types in AI within this box, you could add in the logic within this area to show the field and have them get a little bit more specific. Maybe, what AI tool did you hear about us from? So you could ask that as a follow-up question to that. So this is just some conditional logic. This has been missing from the multi-step form function for quite some time, and now it's in place. I really think it's helpful. It allows you to just kind of progressively profile individuals as they're on your website. Second quick update, multi-step form tools, is the ability to add more rich text, add images, things like that inside your forms. So that's the updates coming from number 1 this month, enhanced multi-step form logic. Next, we're looking at Service Hub. All right, Service Hub. This is, I think, probably the most consequential of the updates this month. And what this is improvements within the Zendesk to HubSpot ticket migration. Why this is really useful is Service Hub launched, I want to say 7 years ago at this point. And companies have been really successful in adopting the functionality from ticketing to live chat to surveys, everything like that within Service Hub. But one of the challenges that organizations have faced is the inability to have a complete data transfer from Zendesk to HubSpot. And why I'm so pumped about this is that historically you could only just bring over your tickets from Zendesk. But we know that there's so many other conversations that happen with your customers and prospects, within live chat, or that happen within email, and those emails possibly get threaded. And historically, it wasn't possible to bring all that information and have it all just kind of be attached to the ticket. So I'm really excited about this update inside of here, in that it brings all of your data over from Zendesk, not just the ticketing data, but every single piece of information over from there. And so where you're going to find that, here's a little bit more information. If you go into your product update section, you can get a lot more detail in there, and that it brings over native threads, and they're automatically associated, everything like that. In order to get access to this, where you're going to find this is you go to data management, go to data integration, and then you'll be into this area where you can come in and easily just click transfer. So you scroll down here, you'll see Zendesk and click install. Click next. You'll put in your Zendesk subdomain. You go through some authentication, and then you go through that flow right there. So, really excited about this update. I think this is going to allow a lot more folks to be able to start using Service Hub, start using some of the full functionality of that, and not feel sort of stymied by not having all of their data inside of HubSpot. Really excited about that one. Okay, let's jump into update number 3. New company, new signals for buyer intent. I'd be curious if there's anybody out there that is using company new signals. If anybody is using buyer intent, if you're using it for your sales team, if you're using it for your marketing team, maybe you're doing some sort of account-based marketing and you're using some of these signals. I'd be curious if anybody out there is doing that. What the new company news signals is HubSpot launched buyer intent signals. I want to say a couple of quarters ago, and they've been with the Clearbit acquisition that happened year before last. HubSpot's really been baking in new functionality. And so, what this does is some of the new functionality. It allows you to see more, just additional signals inside of HubSpot. So, if a company that you're tracking has a new executive hire or a new strategic partnership or a new merger or acquisition, those types of signals, they actually flow onto the company record. And so you can now see it front and center. So if you're a salesperson, you're looking at a company record, you can then see those types of signals front and center. You're not having to go to another screen in there. And I think that's one of the big upgrades inside of here. You can also use these new buyer intent signals for automation. So for your sales team, as maybe as soon as one of your target companies, they have a new key hire. Maybe that goes to one of your that specific rep who owns that target account. So that's really useful in that. I think more marketers and salespeople are moving to this intent based targeting for how they're finding companies. I think less people are filling out forms in general, and I think this buyer intent tool is really going to help more organizations find companies that are going to be in market. And so let me just show you inside of HubSpot, within the buyer intent tool, you can see some of these intent signal settings. And if we go to, if you go into marketing, go to buyer intent, and then you go to this tab signals, and you go to settings. Here's where you can see all of the new ones that are inside of the portal. So product launch, strategic partnership, mergers and acquisitions, like these are really impactful big company events that happen. And I think that, there's a number of tools that offer this today. They're including, Clay and Apollo, ZoomInfo, like they offer some of this type of newsies type of signal stuff already. But, with it being inside of HubSpot, it may be one more place you can help consolidate all this information into one place. So for those that are using third-party intent tools, this functionality is getting a lot better inside of HubSpot. So definitely take a look at that. I'll just give you a quick look at where how you can see this. Let me see if I can find it. Yep, here we go. So let's just jump into this specific company record. You can see inside of here. Here's kind of like what that looks like. So executive hiring detected. So you can see how all that information just flows up right into the company record, front and center for you as your salesperson. They have it right here. So love this new one. This is company new signals for buyer intent. All right, next one, restore property edits for bulk changes. How many of you have gone in and clicked the wrong button within workflows and you just updated 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 records accidentally? I know I have a couple horror stories in my own time. For myself, in my time working with clients, have faced some of these challenges where you end up having to spend an extra 8 hours undoing things that you did by, an inadvertent click within workflows. And so with that in mind, this new functionality is just giving you more control and being able to restore some of those edits for bulk changes. Where you can access this, if we go into our contacts, and then we go into restore contacts, you can see where this functionality lives. Inside here right now, you can the like this functionality is currently in beta. So right now, you'll just be able to see like what types of workflows were associated with deleted contacts, but you're going to see a bunch more different filters that are going to show up in this menu. So that way you can filter by exactly what you need to. For example, if certain property edits had a certain type of source, or if you want to filter by a certain property type, hey, maybe you accidentally updated this specific property, you need to filter by that property. You're going to be able to go in, filter by that property, and all of those records are going to flow up here. From there, you can quickly go in and bulk change them all back, or certain ones, click restore, and then you can see how it has this little interstitial screen to restore them. So, I think this is just another safeguard for all of us HubSpot admins out there that, are doing our best with automation and, sometimes make those mistakes. And I think this helps us feel a little bit more safe and not feel like we're going to screw up our whole portal and our whole company by making some change with inside of workflows. This does require super admin, so you're going to want to make sure that you know who that is within your organization if that's not you. But love that update within Enterprise Plus. It's in public beta now. Okay, I think we've almost reached the end. So we are in test customer agent on email. I'd be curious if anybody out there is using customer agent on their website, the live chat, or any of the other customer agent functionality. SmartBug launched Customer Agent ourselves a few months ago. It's booking meetings for our sales team. This is a really powerful agent for you if you haven't explored it yet. It's great for sales use cases. It's great for customer support and customer success use cases. This is an agent you should be exploring in 2026. If it's something that you're looking to be able to generate more leads on your site, if you're looking to start taking advantage of some of the AI inside of HubSpot. I'd say if anything, Customer Agent's probably one of the most mature AI tools inside of HubSpot. So definitely check this out. What this new functionality within Customer Agent essentially allows you to do is Customer Agent right now, you can go use it to answer emails for you that come in. So if you have a sales at whatever your website is, that could actually be connected to Customer Agent. Or if you have a customer support at your website, that could be connected to Customer Agent as well. And what this essentially allows you to do is it gives you a staging environment to go ahead and test that. So you can go ahead and test like the most common questions that get emailed to you. You might also have an email inbox that gets spammed a lot, or maybe you just get a lot of sales requests or partnership requests from other companies, and maybe they're a little bit less relevant, or maybe they're not the types of inquiries that you want to send to your sales or your service team. And so what this does is essentially you can go in and connect Customer Agent to that specific email address and have it answer those types of questions as they come in. You could direct them to the right channels or the right teams, the right salespeople, the right customer support people. And so how you can go about doing this is if you go to Customer Agent, and then let's just jump into the tool itself. We go to our Customer Agent, which is in Service, Customer Agent. You go to Test your agent. And here's where you can see, if you just click on these little chiclets right here, you can test the live chat or you can test email. And the email is the one that you're going to want to go ahead and test for this one. So if any of you are starting to explore Customer Agent from the email channel side of things, that's where you can see what the responses are. I did a quick test before we jumped on today, and you can see, I asked it a quick question. Hey, do you have any AI case study examples? SmartBug helps implement AI within our clients' portals, and you can see what is that test response. And if I don't like what this response is, well, how do I make that better? Well, here's the functionality you can see on the right side where you can go in and improve that response. So if you go in and you're testing some of these within some of your email and within your chat and you don't like what the responses are, This is where you can go in. You can add new knowledge sources, whether that's a web page, whether that's a knowledge-based article. You can create a short answer. You can also just add a handoff trigger. So if someone is asking, has a very specific query that maybe needs to go to a certain team, a certain sales team, or a certain CS team, that's where you can come in and you can add that handoff trigger based on certain keywords or what people are asking. So I love this tool. I think this is one thing I think, one of the biggest friction points in getting customer agent live is a lot of organizations are hesitant about just rolling out and allowing an AI chatbot to just automatically respond to people on your website without any sort of human interaction or anything like that. And I think the first way to like kind of get past that anxiety is to put customer agent on just a little part of your website. Put it on one page of your website. Maybe put it on your case studies page, or put it on a page of your website where you know the people that are on that page are asking very specific questions. So this is one new tool, connecting your customer agent to your email channel. This is one more area that you might be able to get a few more leads from and get people the answers that they need. That's what people want now. They want the answer right off the bat. So this is a great, powerful testing tool. You can come in here and start testing that today. Let me see if there's any other updates. Those are the big 5 that we have for today. Thank you for joining today. If you're looking to get a little bit more value out of your HubSpot investment, please reach out to us. We'll give you a free HubSpot audit, give you some tips on how you can get more value out of marketing, sales, service hub, content hub, data hub, AI functionality that's in your portal. If you want to talk a little bit more about, hey, how can I take advantage of this functionality that I have access to? We would love to have a conversation with you. And so we'll send you the link to that complimentary HubSpot audit session. We'll get 2026 off to the right start for you. Get more out of HubSpot. All right. Well, that is it for this month. Thank you for joining. We hope you join next month, February 11th. We're back at it. Brian's going to be back in the hot seat again. We're going to be talking about some of the updates that are rolling out in January. HubSpot rolls out, I don't know, 10 updates a day, it seems like. So please join us next month. We'd love to see you. We want to show you what's the most impactful updates that are going to help you going forward. And if you made it this far, we really appreciate your feedback. If you like this type of format with a few demos, with a few slides, we'd love to know what is going to add the most value as you join these smart takes each month. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. We hope to see you next month, and we hope to hear from you all soon. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for watching.